Hello again. Today is the 10th of June and I think it's the perfect day for gardening because it's nice and warm, but it's overcast and it's still. It's just a pleasure to be out here without getting overheated in the sunshine. Also, I think it's one of my favourite times of year because everything is just starting to, either it's come up and it's in bloom in some way, or it's just coming up with the promise of more to come. Today I want to demonstrate the second stage of growing leeks. I showed the first stage in an earlier video and I'll go over that again in a minute. I've got a bed here ready with my reusable grid of squares where I'll be planting the leeks. Also, it's interesting, I think, to have a look at the sweet corn, the carrots and the sweet peas that I talked about and demonstrated things about in earlier videos. The first thing I'm doing is making some holes for the leeks to be transplanted into. I'm using this long metal rod and I've got some gaffer tape about 6 to 8 inches from the end to give me the depth that I want. I'm now just going to make some holes, I rotated a little bit to make the top of the hole just a fraction wider than the bottom of the hole. And I'll carry on doing this until I've made holes in all the openings all the way up the bed. The holes are on about an 8-inch grid, and the next thing I'll do is just put a spoonful of organic fertiliser into the bottom of each. This is the leek nursery bed that I planted in video 16. They're all, or most of them, are big enough to transplant now. Some people talk about transplanting when they reach the 2-leaf stage. I like them to be 6 to 8 inches tall, which is the same depth as the holes I just made, so they don't kind of disappear into the holes. I'll just dig these up. I try and just do them a couple at a time because I want to don't want to damage the roots, and I also I want to minimise the amount of time that they're out of the ground ready to be transplanted. So that's 2 I'm going to put in immediately. Some people talk about cutting the roots as well, but I never do that. I just pick them out of the ground and take them over to plant them as quickly as I possibly can. I've got a couple of the leek seedlings here ready to plant, and the final stage is just to push them down into the bottom of the hole, and then you don't backfill them with earth. What you do is top the hole up with rainwater up to the top. That helps the roots to bed themselves in, and that's about that. These leeks will be in the ground for a very long time. We'll still be harvesting them, I imagine, in March next year, so I may put a bit of a top dressing of organic fertiliser on at some point, but that's the final stage for now. Okay, well, that's the leeks transplanted. I hope you found something helpful or useful or interesting in this video, and as ever, thank you very much for watching.